on fire as of late, and they'll have one more match to determine who takes home the grand prize, who takes the first place, and all the bragging rights as well, of course, that go along with it.
Teams that are very similar, a lot of individual talent. What a better way to figure out who is better individually and team-wise than to start off on a map like Lijiang.
Oh yes, we are going to see some skill on display right here, that's for sure. It's Immortals versus Ghost. Best of 3. We saw quite a brilliant third and fourth place game just a little while ago. We can only hope that this final can match up to that, and I certainly think it will. These guys have incredible amounts of individual skill, but also team-oriented skill as well. And you got to keep an eye on Grim Reality. This guy's aim, you saw some of those McCree clips in our intro. That guy can hit heads, whether it's on Tracer or McCree. He can do them both, and very well at that. Looks as though Immortals want to bring out this double DPS comp, this 2-2-2 setup, and Ghost looking to be here with the triple tank setup. Michael will be on Tracer though, so will be a lot of who can win this Tracer v Tracer battle, be more impactful. Already Michael making his presence known, taking down Chance, starting things off for Ghost with a one-player advantage. Now Grim Reality and him are going at it a bit, but Michael will just bring himself back and go to the point. Immortals, since they don't have Chance around, they'll have to regroup, and they're looking to re-engage right now.
A smart move by Immortals there. I mean, once Chance goes down, you're pretty much going to lose that fight either way. Don't give any more ultimate charge, but bam! Ghost already slamming back into Immortals. Chance going down again. Agility spines Blam.
That's not what you want to start off with for Immortals. Losing Chance twice like that is crucial. You need your Reinhardt for these pushes. Michael, very hurt, manages to make his way out of there. Now Pulse Bomb's going to come in. Connor J able to dodge it. So now a Pulse Bomb from Michael landing right on the back of Agilities. They trade one for one as Remix now goes down, but Ghost are continuing to find frags here. Baby Bay picking up 2, make it 3. In fact, for Baby Bay on that Zarya, giving himself a Graviton yet. And now up to 40% and counting, will have ultimates to work with, some pretty big ones, and they could play aggressively here, Ghost, if they want to, up towards that doorway in the choke.
Absolutely, but they're probably going to give a little bit of room for Immortals to come in so that they can catch them in this Graviton or Earth Shatter and send them back to spawn. There it is, the Graviton already in the middle of Immortals.
Oh, it's going to be so much damage. 3 kills coming out for Ghost, starting off very, very well. And now up to 60%. They're looking to clean up here a bit if they can as well. Stagger some of these deaths. Grim Reality's just going to go ahead and reset, flying off the edge, just making sure that they weren't able to get that stagger. So again, going for this reset. Immortals have a Nano Blade available, and they are going to come in with it. Sending off Agilities, needs to find value off of the back of this, and they've been able to negate much of this or dodge it. They do use a sound barrier on top of it, but Ghost already 3 kills. Connor J using the whole hog with a Nano Boost, but they have such a strong presence up here in front of their spawn. There's no way they're getting back in. Ghost in total domination, even going for a bit of a spawn camp here as well. There's just nothing they can do. Absolute disrespect coming out from Ghost off the start here.
Ghost clearly sending a message. They've got an answer for everything Immortals has thrown. A Pulse Bomb being challenged by Nano Boost, but actually all the way in the back it's gone into overtime. But right now it doesn't look like Immortals might be able to stop it. Agility's barely alive. That Earth Shatter landing.
Chance able to get quite a few inside of that Earth Shatter, but things need to start connecting for Immortals, or they're going to go down 1 map to 0 off the start. Graviton coming out, trying to see maybe if they can suck up a couple guys inside of that one, but Immortals need to get someone on the point. Hyped is there to answer the call, but he's going to get sent out of his mech and then quickly taken care of by Blam afterwards, and now Grim Reality's trying to keep hope alive for Immortals. They're trickling players onto the point, but there's no way they'll actually be able to win this fight. They need to start getting kills, and Ghost will take point number 1 here on Lijiang Tower.
Ghost coming out, absolutely going for the throat of Immortals. You always want to try and take down a Reinhardt to begin with. When that Reinhardt is a substitute, they're going for a huge bully. I think they're trying to get inside Chance's head and keep him out of this fight entirely.
Yeah, Chance going down a few times there, really inopportune times for Immortals. Got to make sure, I don't know if it's whether it's him or just his team kind of on a misplay, but right there you can see he charges all the way through. He has no one from his team to back him up in that scenario when you charge that far away, and that's the problem. If you're going for some of these charges, you need to do it in a situation where you're not going to at least go too far and your team can support you after you go in on that charge. So it is going to be a 1-round lead for Ghost. At the moment, we will now head on to our next phase here. Immortals continuing play similar comp though. Agility's actually making a switch over to Roadhog. And Ghosts are going to be going for the quad tank. Bar just posturing at the moment. Agility's getting a good right click out was Connor J. Got the hook, but couldn't quite convert on the kill. Nice charge in from Chance, but couldn't quite find the kill either. And Connor J actually gets the better of Chance. It's a one-player advantage on the fight for Ghost. They did lose Baby Bay early on. Now Grim Reality's turning the tides a bit back for Immortals. Nice hook from Connor J, sending Verbo back into the respawn queue. That was Connor J still on point though. Oh, that reality from Grim Reality, 2 kills off the back of that. Should allow them to flip-flop the point very quickly indeed. Ghost only 5%.
Just picked the entirety of Immortals, put him on his back, and got all the way through that. 4 kills for Grim Reality in that last fight, one after another, under constant pressure from Ghost. He is not going to let this match go easily.
Now, just waiting here. Grim Reality, though, already on fire. And they are looking to be taking a push in through this white room side all the way to the right. Grim Reality actually getting put to sleep, so they'll essentially be a man down. Nice hook from Agilities, but now he's got a very angry Reinhardt charging after him. He takes a second to take a breather, but still he's just getting hacked away at. And Remix eventually able to finish him off, and they've already gotten quite a few frags here, Ghost. And they are definitely looking to retake this point. Just need to find Grim Reality, who's managing to stall things out a little bit, and Baby Bay with a punch to send him back to the respawn. So Ghost will pretty quickly convert here.
Ghost recovering very quickly there, getting their first points on the board here on this stage. But Immortals, they're going to be coming back with basically a full house of Ultimate 6 on the table. Ghost in a very similar situation, but not quite up to Blam's Nano Boost yet. And right now, Immortals, they're coming around the outside. They're going to come and try and take Ghost on head on. Right now, ahead in the shield war.
Graviton at the ready for Hyped. He's looking to send that one off. He will connect with it, but now a self-destruct comes in. Oh, the shield went down from Chance. Just beforehand, the huge Earth Shatter coming out from Remix. That'll leave them to clean up on everything. Remix with 3 right there, plowing through Immortals off of a massive Earth Shatter. Then Ghosts are still looking quite good here. As it all started off, that self-destruct came in at such a good time from Michael. He sent it in just as the Graviton came out, not really allowing Immortals to engage on the Graviton.
I think they were expecting Baby Bay to get his off. He tried to come into the side, but he actually got put to sleep by Ethan, but it still worked out for Ghost. Remix just coming in and absolutely clearing the field.
Looking good here, and they have a good positioning to hold. Connor J has his whole hog as well. He'll be able to at least dish out quite a bit of damage, but sound barriers on both sides. And actually, Michael's going to get the nano boost, but he has been dealt quite a bit of damage. 1-for-1 trade. And much of Immortals still over in this white room side. They are now starting to find these kills. They lose Verbo, and there is still a few players around. Michael out of his mech will be taken care of by Grim Reality, and no one's contesting Grim Reality at the moment. He's in the back line, just able to do whatever he wants, really completely uncontested. And now Immortals feeling good. They'll get back onto the point. Ghost, though, able to make it up to 90%. Immortals have to be pretty much perfect for the rest of this stage.
It's a one-possession game for Ghost, but Immortals still have quite a ways to go. Grim Reality so far, a borderline unstoppable force for Immortals. Immortals are going to have to mount a better defense than they did last time. Ghost starting to position around the backside, and it's going to come down to whether Remix can hit this Earth Shatter at the right time. Chance is asleep. The opportunity is wide open. Chance is getting pulled in. He's going to go down really soon.
That Biotic got set right on him. Very unlucky for Immortals. They've already lost 3 players, and they had some ultimates at the ready, but now Ghost are just all over them. They only lost 1 player in the process. Remix went down, but it's all Ghost on the point. They will have one last attempt. Grim Reality narrowly escaping the hook there.
It's going to be on Grim to keep this whole game alive.
He will have to go get on it at the last second, engaging with, well, actually the self-destruct getting sent over top by Michael. I believe that was, and now Ajax had already started it off. Connor J taking out Chance yet again, who's been struggling so far. Whole hog from Connor J. He's so low on health, they need to focus him down. Immortals with 2 kills as they try and fight their way back into this stage of Lijiang Tower. With the Graviton coming out from Immortals, there's just not a whole lot of follow-up there. And now Ghost have a pretty strong presence on the point, but Immortals definitely not out of it yet. Baby Bay with full charge is just going to, put Hyped inside of the oven there. He couldn't get out of it, and it's a whole bunch of kills coming out for Immortals, as now they actually will flip-flop that point right back. Ghost will be able to take one more fight.
Immortals clawing their way back in. Ghost should have, about 1, especially now that's crossing 80%. Immortals Gonna have a pulse bomb. They're gonna want to try and guarantee Remix goes down relatively early, but I guarantee Ghost knows that. Baby Bay still holding onto his Graviton, and a sound barrier for Ajax. Both sides have a lot of weaponry here, but as it comes in, Baby Bay, he's already looking, he's focusing, he's taking down Chance, and the Graviton is out.
Oh, good patience with that. Baby Bay already 2 kills off the back of it. They had a nice sound barrier to try and mitigate most of the damage, but Ghost, actually, well, they're back on the point. It's just going to be this one final attempt for both teams, really, but it's all going in Ghost's favor. They have the player advantage on the point. Ethan goes down. They lost hyped, and it is all them. And at the moment, there is going to be a self-destruct let down, and oh man, they got to get onto the point right now. Chance tried to charge, but got booped by Ajax off the side, and there's going to be a Dragon Blade to try and secure it from Agilities, but couldn't get anything off the back of it. Ghosts are now going to take a 2-0 lead on Lijiang Tower.
Immortals certainly showing back up there on that second round. That was nothing like the first round, realistically. And if Grim Reality can keep up that damage and find a little bit of space, once Agilities gets his head in the game, it's going to be a neck-and-neck battle overall. But Remix clear-cutting the opposition.
Yeah, that's a big earth shatter. They lost Chance right beforehand. His shield had gotten so low, and they sent in the self-destruct, and he couldn't keep it up long enough. His shield ended up breaking, I believe that was, and just they managed to get one, which was Chance off that self-destruct, and then from there, that's an easy earth shatter for Remix. He has no shield to deal with. He has free reign on them and managed to get at least 5 more kills or so in that. So now we head on to Night Market.
Ethan now on Zenyatta, Chance on Winston. Immortal's going to go for a more dive-heavy comp, perhaps give a little bit of mobility to Chance, perhaps finding different ways to get those rotations we saw going on with them yesterday, where just so many different flankers in all the different places, the true nature of the dive, but so far Ghost not really giving up a whole lot of territory.
Oh, Remix charged in, didn't quite manage to find his target, and was finished off by Grim Reality. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Immortals actually now losing 3 players, but so have Ghosts. So both teams still very much in this fight, but Agility's getting lit up at the moment. Almost was able to get Michael, who hung on by the skin of his teeth. That should allow Ghosts to cap the point first here. Indeed it will. They'll draw first blood.
I was about as close as it gets. Michael barely taking down Agilities in time. Agilities now on Genji. This is definitely looking like it's much more of Immortals' game to get back into here. Grim Reality holding onto a pulse bomb. That's going to be a danger zone for Remix. Maybe possibly even Connor J. So far, Grim doing a great job of trying to focus out some of the important players, but on both of these teams, every single player is a playmaker.
Michael doing a good job of just harassing Ethan, making him less and less of a factor as the game goes on, because he constantly has a tracer on himself. Now Agility's going in with this Dragon Blade just swung at by Remix, quickly taken out of the fight. So they have traded a bit back and forth. Ghost with a 1-player advantage, though, and Grim Reality's trying to bring Immortals back into this one, but so far, it's Ghost all over this point. Remix incredibly hurt. They need to convert on this kill. He's easy pickings there, and finally Grim shuts him down. Grim with 2 kills, in fact. He's going to be looking for a little bit more here, maybe even able to find Ajax. Needs to be careful, though. Low health. He's got Michael after him, losing that 1v1 Tracer battle. Well done by Michael. And they're going to continue to go at it here. Baby Bay, so low on health. They just don't have the sustain on this point anymore. Ghost. And, I mean, regardless of whether or not Immortals end up taking this point, Ghosts have done such a good job of stalling things out, allowing them to get, I mean, an extra 20% or so, and now they're at 65% just as Immortals get the point for the first time.
Plus, they have a lot of ultimates to start working with. An Earthshatter Graviton looming here. Michael will definitely get another Pulse Bomb really soon here. Blam with a Nano Boost. It's a similar story over on the side of Immortals. However, they don't have a Dragon Blade yet, and there is no Nano for them, so it won't be a Nano Blade when it does break out. Right now, Agility's still trying a little bit to find that same success he's found in previous matches. Earthshatter already on the field.
Really good sound barrier from Ajax, keeping Remix alive, who had gotten so low on health, and that will actually allow them to engage here beautifully. Transcendence was used by Immortals, and if it weren't for Grim Reality, I don't know if Immortals would still even be in this fight. He came back to get 2 kills, but Ghosts are still, I mean, so strong presence on the points. It's going to be incredibly difficult for Immortals here. You have Verbo and Agilities, both just wasting time. Grim is still in there trying to waste time. They're actually starting to get the reinforcements back into the fight, and now with the Graviton coming out, and they might just be able to turn the tides on the fight in total. Baby Bay's Graviton helping Ghost secure a couple more kills for themselves. Oh, Immortals managing to get it up to at least 60% here. It should be Ghost retaking the point, but Immortals also doing quite a solid job at just stalling out that point and gaining more time.
That's 4 back to spawn for Immortals. That's going to be a lot of points going over to Ghost, possibly putting it at match point or possibly putting it right into overtime, but either way, it's going to be a one-possession game for Ghost from this point forward. Agility's getting pulled. Connor J's going to send them back. That's a disaster. Grim Reality's down too.
Oh, goodness. Well, that's going to have to be a sit-back-and-wait moment for Immortals, because they'll have one last good shot at this one. Grim Reality just now getting up, but Ghost are at 93%. They need to start engaging onto the point and getting players there now, because they are very low on time. You do have one getting onto it now. That's Verbo. Now the Dragon Blade comes out from Agilities. He's been able to get at least one kill, but it's been a back-and-forth affair at the moment. Immortals, though, down quite a few players, and Ghosts have just so many numbers on the point. Immortals, there's going to be no one around to contest this point, and Ghosts will strike first here and take map number 1. Lijiang Tower in the grand finals.
Dominant
1-0. I mean, I think Immortals, with the way the aim that's coming out of Ghosts today, I think Immortals might have a bit easier time on a payload map such as this, because playing them on control point, playing Ghost on control point when they're aiming so well, I mean, is just a tough thing to do. Because although there is a lot of strategy that goes into control point maps, aiming and just raw fragging power becomes an even bigger factor there. So Immortals looking to get themselves back into the match here. Ghost with the 1-0 lead in this best of 5. The Overwatch Winter Premier Grand Finals.
I agree with you completely. Immortals would do well to stay away from control point from this point forward. We haven't even seen Connor J break out what he can do completely yet. I mean, obviously, he makes it look like he's still playing with the old Roadhog chain hook. I mean, just some of those things look impossible. He is a phenomenal Roadhog player in general. Right now, Immortals are going to be starting off on defense first, Ghost on offense, so they will be setting the par for where this payload is supposed to go. Remix, probably not going to play Sombra, as he's generally a tank player. If anybody, that would be Michael. But either way, I'd expect a 3-4 tank out of them. They still run it. They feel that it's very strong even now. A number of teams losing a little bit of faith in D.Va, but actually in between these two teams, these are the two that still use it. Hype plays D.Va very well. So does Michael. They're kind of standout D.Va players a lot of people have talked about. So we're going to get to see that again today here with Michael. Ethan getting in early, Biotic only picking up 1, so 8% for him. But now it's going to be Ghost rounding the corner.
Just working their way up slowly but surely. Grim Reality is back on that McCree. You want to keep an eye on this guy, because that's some pretty nasty stuff he can do on McCree for sure. And now Ghost starting to work their way. Actually losing Blam. I think Blam missed a bit of the memo about the rotation around in the courtyard, so he ends up getting caught out, and the rest of them are going to have to kind of disengage a little bit, but they are stuck a bit in towards that courtyard side, so they need to be careful. Immortals are going really aggressive, and they might end up losing Chance. He's so low. Remix able to take him out, and Agilities getting hooked back in. Does get, oh, beautiful play from Agilities to take down Connor J. Immortals still have lost a couple of players, and that will give Ghost at least some time on this card, because Immortals are inevitably going to have to back up, and it's just continuing to stagger kills. Baby Bay, who's so hurt, good shield play coming out from Remix to make sure that Baby Bay stays alive.
Far better exchange for Ghost. Their spawn is right there. Immortals is very far away, playing probably a bit too aggressive, maybe overcommitting, then having to dig some of that commitment back out. But here's Immortals already challenging the card here right before the first point.
Remix able to get a pretty good Earth Shatter off. Hyped is in dire straits at the moment and will go down. Ghost now with a 2-player advantage on this fight, and Michael's there to just clean up. Ethan caught out to the sides here. Ethan actually giving off the nano boost. Unless Agilities pulls a miracle, which no, will not happen. He was just there to stall a little bit longer. Chance was thinking about coming back to try and stall that payload, but Ghost moving through, and they will take point number 1. And now Chance is even going to get caught out. That is disastrous for Immortals. Some sloppy play here so far.
A lot of ultimates starting to come online for Ghost. Immortals that really needed Chance to stay alive, to start contesting early before Ghost makes it too far down the streets. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock with 4 ultimates online, especially the Baby Babe Michael combination. Keep an eye on that. Graviton to a self-destruct. Those two are some of the best in the game at landing that.
Remix, you can see up top there, just Just waiting. He's trying to be sneaky about it. Will come in and actually charge. He managed to find Ethan in that charge. Well executed from Remix, and Connor J finds chance as well. Ghost is just moving the pain train forward more and more. Immortals can't seem to stop this momentum that they've built up, and if they don't do something quick, it's going to get out of hand.
It's one of the only times I've ever seen Michael pretty far off with that self-destruct, but either way, BabyBay still holding onto the Graviton. They can certainly make good work out of that, but now that gap's starting to be closed by Immortals. They do have an Earth Shatter of their own, a Graviton of their own, and right now, Ghost is actually finding a little bit more isolation. Blam did go down to Grim Reality, but a Graviton falling out from Immortals.
Chance is in there, just swinging away, though. The Earth Shatter comes through from Remix, shutting Chance down. Ethan responds with one onto Connor J, and they still continue to scrap it out on the payload here as BabyBay now looking to secure this kill onto Ethan. He couldn't quite find that sleep dart to keep himself alive, so they're still going to keep going at it, but it's really just a whole lot of trading back and forth. It's still about a 4v4 fight or so. Respawns are starting to come back in. Immortals finally stopped this momentum that Ghosts have built up. And now they will still have about 3 minutes to work the next checkpoint.
Something you see Ghost do very frequently is they're very good at stringing teams out, pushing them away from a position, pushing them away from their teammates, but the biggest problem for them there was Grim Reality McCree being left alone on top. You cannot leave Grim alone at all. He's going to hit so many shots. Michael has basically got to focus to keep him completely out of the game, but Ultimate's definitely on the side of Immortals, and right now, positional play on both sides, both keeping the high ground, trying to stay away from one another, but Ghost, they're going to have to look for an avenue to close this, because right now Immortals are in great position.
Ghosts are trying to take this fight directly into them. Michael, who is moving that payload forward, coming right back up onto the high ground to separate the Immortals players up top. It's a 1-for-1 exchange thus far, losing Remix, Ethan. Now Hyped is starting to do some work, getting a couple of kills. 3 kills for Hyped. He's keeping Immortals in this fight and giving them a big number advantage. Ghosts, now with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, have lost quite a number of players. They'll just have to go for the reset, but Immortals looking much better in this position now.
Grim Reality back-to-back, so huge. Combining there with Hyped, as soon as Grim came back with the health, Hyped threw a shield on him, and then Grim helped put everything down, but Hyped saving that point, along with Grim Reality. 4 ultimates already on the side for Immortals. That's a lot to start pairing together, but Ghost, they're getting very close to the Graviton self-destruct combo, and I don't think they're going to mess that up twice.
No, these guys, this is what they're known for. If you haven't seen Ghost play, these guys set up the Graviton into self-destruct beautifully. Michael probably plays his self-destructs just about better than any other diva out there. He's up there with the best of them in terms of placement. BabyBay's looking for his lane to send this Graviton in. He will get it off. Michael's setting up that self-destruct, and let's see what it finds. Just a little bit too high. Grim Reality with a Deadeye finds 4 in total. That is big stuff from Grim as he brings Immortals back into this match. No one was looking out for that Grim Reality Deadeye, but it comes up big.
Just throwing it out there in the middle of all that noise that was being generated by the ultimates and sneaking up on a ton of people with it. But right now, Ghost, they do have 1 minute left. Right now, a lot of their momentum just being bled out. It looks like Immortal should be able to hold this second point.
Michael has actually made his switch over.
That's not a good sign.
To Zarya as well. Yeah, they're really changing things up, but I mean, I kind of agree slightly. I mean, they both just used their ultimates, so they're not losing percentages, and clearly whatever they were doing was not working. So Michael's going to be going over to Zarya. BabyBay getting on 76, and he is also a very dangerous prospect on that hero as well. You need to watch out. If you give him high ground uncontested, it's going to be a bad day for the rest of your team, so you need to keep an eye on that one. But with only 25 seconds left, that payload's moving backwards too. They need to get someone on it. Just make sure they don't lose any more ground. They're going to take a fight on this high ground. Oh, Agility's getting put to sleep actually, then hooked, and couldn't quite get the Earth Shatter off. They're shut down before he's able to. That could end up being disastrous for Ghost. It's still back and forth, but now with 6 seconds, Ghost just need to get someone down on this payload. Connor J and BabyBay are making the plays right now, and it is into overtime, so they need to keep someone on this payload here.
Full house for Ghost. They're getting very close to the second point. They look like they're able to get him. Grim Reality lining up the Deadeye, but he doesn't finish it off, and Ajax is barely going to survive. He just dropped a sound barrier.
Use that sound barrier at the perfect time, though. Now BabyBay up top, no shield in his face. We'll just be able to use that tack visor. Ghost managed to bring it in to the next checkpoint. They continue to clean up on the kills. They invested quite a bit in that fight, but you want to make sure that you get that second checkpoint in that scenario, and they only have 1 minute and 15 seconds to move this as far as they can. Will be a very tough task to hit last with it.
Certainly a great turnaround by Immortals to waste so much time, but with a minute left and the way Ghost has been playing, this might still be in their hands. They might be able to cap this all the way right now. Trying to find the angle they want to take here, owning the high ground. A lot of times they like to leave Michael down by the bottom, but without Diva on the field, that's going to change out. A huge fight already starting to roll out. Chance is already down.
Big charge came through. Both Reinhardts actually charging each other. Remix, didn't even manage to catch anybody with that Earth Shatter, but luckily for them, Ghosts are still finding the kills. It's a couple more coming through, and they've moved this payload significantly in the process, just keeping them distracted while they had people on it. And now Immortals want to look to re-engage. Chance is a bit separated from the rest of his team, though. That's bad news. Oh goodness, I thought he was going to go down. Somehow managed to stay alive. Luckily, Ethan was there to support him. Now a Graviton comes out as well, hyped with 2 big kills on Zarya, and Chance is there to help him out and dish damage. With 15 seconds left, I don't know if Ghost can get anyone back, though. You do have Blam hiding just along the side. I don't know if he's going to be able to find a way to get back there and actually touch the payload. Agilities has got himself very close. Oh, he does come in. Oh, the flashbang from Grim Reality shutting them down before able to touch the payload. So it is just 2 points for Ghosts, but still, they made out much better than it seemed they were going to off the start.
Absolutely. Immortals certainly still in this game. It will be their turn on offense here momentarily on Dorado, and they're going to have to cap it pretty much all the way in order to tie this up, take the map.
It's not often you see them whiff on this setup, but Grim Reality, 3 off the Deadeye, then 1 more on top of that. A nice 4 kill to keep his team in the fight. And again, back to my point, you don't often see Baby Bay and Michael miss that combo too much. I mean, Michael just seeming to be a little bit off with his self-destruct placements. Normally they are pinpoint dead on. But so far today, maybe the nerves, maybe just not having the best of days placing them, but they'll be looking to that combo throughout this match. Keep an eye on it, General, but we'll be going to a change of sides. Immortals will try their hand on offense. Ghost going to go for the defense, and as we've seen them do a lot on Dorado, they will have Ajax on the Symmetra. Not only do Ghosts like to run it on this map on the defense, but a lot of teams have been. It's a very popular pick here on Dorado.
Certainly, I'd be curious to see if they're even able to get it up, whether it's going to be the shield generator or the teleporter, but that's probably just a matter of circumstance here. Immortals so far favoring 3 tanks on Dorado, leaving 1 on DPS. And when that DPS is Grim Realities, I mean, that just makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking to him again. He started off not making the biggest of plays for Immortals, at least in this particular map, but really turned it around later on. And you can see that turret placement from Ajax, putting it along that wall where people can flank from. If you have something that has air mobility, you can flank around from that side.
It's a little early detection to see if Agilities is playing Genji, probably.
Now, Agility's actually getting the hook in. Bad news for Baby Bay. Blam is there to support his teammate, though, and Hyped gets hooked back in by Connor J. He will go down, so Immortals will move this up as far as they can before Ghosts want to start engaging on them. They need to make sure they get Hyped back up into the fight first before they really take any sort of a fight, but
mostly just edging the card into this particular position right where it passes the bridge so they can wrap around, go up the stairs, come in from a different angle that's a lot more favorable. There's a little bit of a market there that splits it into 2 paths, and it's a tricky place for the defense to hold. You can see how they're biased to one side of it. That's pretty much one of the better ways to hold, but there's still a number of different angles that can be attacked here by Immortals, but Immortals countercharging, and Chance is going to find a kill.
That's good Reinhardt play from Chance. Dodges the first charge and then comes back in, but now Grim is able to just sit here in the back and fire at will. He can take whatever he wants. Baby Bay so hurt. Grim finding 2 with his McCree play there, looking to take down Michael as well. Immortals are rolling full steam ahead right here, and they do win that fight, and there is, I think they do have that teleporter up. In fact, Ajax, yes they do. It's off to the side there on the right-hand part of your screen. Remix coming back in with, coming back in with a nano boost. Oh, here is Ghost right back into the fight off of that teleporter. 2 picks for them, and well, it's going to have to be Immortals just regrouping. 2:25 to get the next point. Pulling Agilities as well as Connor J. And Ghost in a very nice position here.
perfect teleporter for the side of Ghost there. Without that teleporter, that was a definitely lost point, but either way, it's now back. Ghost gets to play a second round of defense, and it was only really Grim Realities just going completely nuts on top of Chance's early pick that allowed that first one to get open.
Oh, here we go, flying into the back. Oh, the shield was there from Chance to keep him alive. That was well done from Chance. That almost connected for at least 4, but now Immortals losing 2 players. It doesn't really seem to matter in the end. Actually, Immortals coming right back. Never mind. They do manage to get 4 kills. That teleporter is still out, so they need to find it. The teleporter is still up. They need to find it. Hook disconnecting from Agilities. Couldn't quite pull it in. Telly is actually now down. Ajax is back up on Lucio. They are going to try and keep this engage going. Agilities has a whole hog at the ready if he needs it. Couple of back and forth kills. Baby Bay will be on the cart. Deadeye in the back from Grim Reality just for insurance. He managed to find 2 on the fight, and Immortals should be able to bring this one in through the checkpoint. But I mean, Ghost are doing an excellent job. Whew, right as he pops out of the mech. But they did a very good job of stalling time there. Ghost.
Grim Reality's basically winning that first offense, and then after that, Chance and Agility's really opening up the second one. Perhaps Ghost overplaying a little bit of that situation. They did have a lot of ultimates they could use, but right now it's going to be Immortals with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, and Ghost starting to line up on a higher ground. They're going to contest as early as possible.
Baby Bay has made a switch over to 76 now. He's going to be trying to get onto this high ground and be a nuisance, really. Earthshatter comes out from Chance. Connor J getting charged, but nearly managed to stay alive, but Chance getting the fire strike to end him. 3 players out of it for Ghost, and they're going to be able to keep moving this payload. Blam is all the way in the back on the high ground. He'll just try and regroup with the rest of Ghost to take one more fight here, and Baby Bay should be able to get out of this one, I would think. No, actually, Agilities ended up getting a hook onto him and finished him off, and significant damage dealt by Hyped. But Ghost might have to take a 1-player down fight to try and... Oh, what a hook from Agilities! Oh, 1-2 punch onto Blam, taking him out of this world, and now Ghosts are just going to try and maybe fight this one out. Agilities, yet another hook, taken in by Connor J, but Hype's there to help out his teammates. Now Agility's actually getting put to sleep and then charged afterwards, but this is going to have to be a miracle from Ghost to be able to stop him at this second checkpoint.
He wasn't even moving half the time, just feet planted, just popping off shots all the way down. So far, Immortals just slowly grinding through Ghost, and that time is actually adding up. No real big holds on them, aside from perhaps that return right from the teleporter. And Immortals are definitely pouring on that. Stun barely missing. Remix there, but either way, Immortals, they're rolling into the final point. They do have 4 ultimates to use and combine up here and keep that momentum rolling. Self-destruct flying out from Ghost, and it's going to connect with Verbo.
Ooh, that's a rough positioning from Verbo there to get caught by that. Ghost should be looking good on this fight. They have managed to get themselves a 1-player advantage, and I believe many of their supports, at least one of their supports, taken out of it. And they still have a presence on the payload. Agilities is right there, but Immortals content to just back up and wait for the returning players, the respawners, and they will look to take another fight here rather shortly. Some big ults coming online for Immortals.
Ghost needs to hold for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Just 2 bends away is Immortals' map victory and tying up the scoreline.
Agility's coming in with the nano boosted whole hog to engage for Immortals, and over there in that in the side tunnel, he's getting quite hurt, but managed now to get healed up. Agility's hooked in, and then the rest of Ghost able to focus fire him down to make sure they secured the kill. So there will be now 2 minutes, just above 2 minutes left on the clock for Immortals. They don't need to move it far at all, as you were saying. I mean, Ghosts are going to have a brilliant defense coming up. They do have an Earthshatter, at least for the next fight, to match the Earthshatter that Chance has.
And a sound barrier, which can sustain for quite a while. The only thing Immortals really has to work with is Chance's Earthshatter, but perhaps Grim Reality's Deadeye did make his last one work. Either way, Ethan combining after a pull on Baby Bay. Baby Bay's going to go down, and so far this is looking bad for both teams, actually. Two turnaround. It's a 3-for-3 exchange.
Oh, that shield was still up. Grim couldn't quite find it with that Deadeye as he came in from the backside, but Immortals are still managing to find kills right here as Grim just continuing to sit on the high ground, looking to get this kill onto Ajax. That's low-hanging fruit for that man right there on McCree, and there will be a self-destruct on the point, just seeing if they can zone them out in agilities. There was no way for him to get away from that. A very good use of the self-destruct just to zone them and give them a fighting chance here. Now down to 1 minute and 10 seconds left is Immortals. As they start to engage, but Ghosts, they have the number advantage for the time being. As they come in, they are going to use that self-destruct. With the graviton. There was actually no self-destruct in. They couldn't quite land the combo, and Baby Bay able to get one as well. It'll be enough for Ghost to stay in the fight. Oh no, accidental boostio. Ajax is in there seeing what he can do as he fights it out with Verbo, and I think Ghost have the advantage here in the fight.
Agility's changed over to Tracer right now. Okay, he was almost about to survive. Hype's getting very close to a Graviton. He now has it online. Agility's, when he comes back, will have a Pulse Bomb. 30 seconds left on the clock for Immortals to push it all the way past where Ghost did. A lot of ultimates coming online for Immortals. Not very many for Ghost. They really only have remixes or Shatter to work with. And now Immortals, they're pushing. This is their last chance on Dorado to tie up the score.
This Graviton combination is going to have to be huge between Hyped and Agilities. This is what they're going to be looking to. As they start to engage right now, 8 seconds, need to win this fight. They do get the Graviton off. There is a Deadeye up top. Grim able to get 2 with the Deadeye. Now looking to clean up on the rest of them. Just about to get Ajax. Luckily his teammates there to help secure the kill. Finds the flashbang and then finisher headshot right onto Remix. So they will continue to move it forward, though Ghost should be able to get some respawns right back out. It is overtime though. So it will come down to one last fight. See who takes this map. As Immortals try and even up the series here at 1-1. Connor J gets right back on it. That is, he could have waited for the rest of the team to come back out. They had time, but now they're going to be down a player, and you see them come right back in. Grim now getting this nano boost, and he'll be able to melt guys if he can land some of these shots. Sound barrier does tried to come out. Ajax can't quite hit it. Oh, he gets it off just barely before going down. That is crucial for Ghost in this fight. Now Michael getting a nano boost. This is going to be really tough for Immortals to stay in the fight, but a sound barrier coming out at just the perfect time. Grim Reality cleaning house with kills, and Ghosts are looking to be in a bad spot here. Taking the 1v1 flashbang. Finishes off Baby Bay, and Agilities has a pretty big pulse bomb, which connects, and that'll be Immortals. That should be them taking this map. There's not too much left around for Ghost to contest the point. Connor J is still there trying to delay maybe for some of his respawners to come
way
back.
Too long.
Yeah, you gotta find that kill
long
sooner.
enough. Baby Bay, he might be close enough, but it's gonna be a trickle situation, and
that'll
Immortals
be it.
are gonna tie it up.
Immortals won.